Have you ever wondered how a simple piece of broken glass can transform into a perfectly round marble? Behind that small and familiar object lies an industry that works with extreme heat, calculated movements, and continuous processes that function without rest. What starts as waste ends up being transformed into millions of identical spheres, produced day and night from recycled glass. Let's enter a gigantic factory to discover how billions of marbles are made and what really happens inside this industrial chain. The journey of a single marble begins in what, at first glance, seems like a pile of worthless waste. Water bottles, beer containers, and food jars do not disappear once they have reached the end of their useful life. In many countries, these containers are returned to automated systems located in supermarkets, gas stations, or residential areas. There, each bottle passes through scanners and optical sensors that identify its material, its color, and whether it meets the requirements to be recycled. In a matter of seconds, the system validates the container and returns a small economic incentive to the user, encouraging responsible collection. From these collection points, industrial trucks work constantly, transporting thousands or even tens of thousands of containers per trip to recycling plants. What was once scattered waste becomes a continuous flow of raw material that feeds a new production chain. Upon arriving at the factory, the glass immediately enters the cleaning line. Vibrating conveyor belts shake the containers vigorously to remove dirt, sand, and dust adhered to the surface. Next, a quick visual inspection is conducted, where paper residues, labels, or plastics that may still be present are removed. Simultaneously, powerful magnetic systems operate non-stop to extract metal caps and even the smallest metal particles that may still be mixed with the glass. This stage is critical, as even a minimal amount of metal inside the furnace could cause severe damage to the melting system. For the final marbles to have transparency, shine, and structural strength, the glass must reach a nearly perfect level of cleanliness. Once clean, the glass moves to the crushing phase. The containers are fed into industrial hammer crushers, where they repeatedly collide against rotating steel arms at high speed. In just seconds, the bottles and jars are completely broken, turning into millions of bright and sharp fragments known as cullet. This material is ideal for recycling because, having been previously melted, it melts much faster than virgin raw materials, significantly reducing the energy consumption of the melting process. At this point, the waste is no longer considered trash and becomes industrial raw material. The cullet is then sent to automated systems for color sorting. The fragments fall onto high-speed conveyor belts and pass through laser sensors and industrial cameras that analyze each piece in fractions of a second. Clear, green, amber glass and even contaminants like ceramics are instantly identified. Jets of compressed air are activated with millimeter precision, diverting each fragment to its corresponding channel. The entire system operates without interruption, processing tens of thousands of pieces per minute. This precise sorting is essential, as even a slight mix of incorrect colors can affect the optical quality of the recycled glass. Once sorted, the cullet is transported by belts to the mixing system. There, other essential components for glass production, such as silica sand, sodium carbonate, and limestone, are added. Each of these materials is weighed accurately before entering large industrial mixers, where rotating paddles combine them evenly. The process takes place in a closed environment to avoid external contamination and ensure the stability of the mixture. Depending on the type of marble to be produced, transparent, colored, solid, or light, the proportions of the ingredients are carefully adjusted. Even a minimal variation can alter the hardness, clarity, or behavior of the glass during molding. At this stage, the final character of each marble is already defined, long before the material enters the furnace. The prepared mixture is continuously fed into large industrial furnaces that operate 24 hours a day. Each batch of glass is of considerable weight and is introduced at regular intervals. Inside the furnace, the temperature is maintained steadily around 1,100 degrees Celsius, comparable to the heat of volcanic lava. The environment is so extreme that workers must wear fireproof suits and special gloves to protect themselves from the radiant heat. Inside the furnace, solid particles gradually soften, merge together, and turn into a completely liquid state. The molten glass remains stable for hours, allowing trapped gases to escape and the composition to become homogeneous. Specialized technicians continuously monitor the temperature and flow, ensuring that the amount of glass entering the furnace is perfectly balanced with the amount exiting from the bottom. At the base of the furnace, the molten glass flows through an opening, forming a constant stream. Gravity pulls this glowing material toward a cutting system located just below. There, mechanical blades move at high speed, cutting the stream into individual drops. The size of each drop depends on the ratio between the glass flow and the speed of the blades. Under normal conditions, the system can produce several marbles per second continuously. The freshly cut drops, still glowing red, are directed toward ducts that guide them to spiral-forming shafts that rotate non-stop. As they move forward, the drops constantly roll and spin. The combination of gravity and rotational movement ensures that the soft glass is evenly redistributed, eliminating edges and resulting in a perfect sphere. This continuous rotation prevents flat surfaces and keeps the marbles separated, preventing them from sticking to each other. The spiral shafts are designed with a specific length so that the molten glass has the necessary time to cool progressively as it moves along the production line. This gradual cooling allows the material to lose temperature evenly and retain its spherical shape without deformation or internal stress. If the process were too fast, the glass could flatten, crack, or lose stability. The distance between the shafts is also regulated with extreme precision. Minimal variations directly influence the final size of each marble. A millimeter adjustment ensures that all marbles maintain a constant diameter, which is essential when millions of identical units are produced. While the glass remains at high temperature and retains its plasticity, the colors and decorative elements are added. At this point, the material can still integrate new components without losing continuity. The coloring is achieved through specific metal oxides added directly to the furnace or in areas near the exit of the molten glass. These compounds do not fully mix, but instead form internal color currents that become trapped inside the marble. This phase requires extremely precise control. The amount of dye, the moment of incorporation, and the exact location all directly affect the final result. Small variations can generate notable changes in the tones, intensity, or shape of the patterns, so the process is constantly monitored to maintain consistency in each batch. In special designs, manual intervention remains key. Specialized workers apply colored glass frits or hot rods to the still soft marbles, creating swirls, veins, or other internal effects. As they do not fully mix, each piece acquires a unique pattern that is fixed after the subsequent cooling and stabilization stages. Since the colors do not fully mix, each marble develops a unique design. No two are identical. After leaving the forming rollers, the marbles are still extremely hot. They are channeled toward large steel drums where they are left to rest for about 24 hours. This slow cooling is essential to avoid thermal shock that could cause internal cracks. Once the marbles have completed their cooling process and have reached the necessary thermal and structural stability, they are discharged and transported to the packaging area. At this stage, the marbles have acquired their final hardness and can be handled without the risk of deformation or internal fractures. The transfer is done through mechanical or manual systems, depending on the size of the plant, always aiming to avoid unnecessary impacts that could affect the quality of the final product. In the packaging area, the marbles are placed into large-capacity bags made from durable materials. Each bag is placed on industrial precision scales where the weight is carefully monitored. Workers adjust the quantity of marbles manually or with the assistance of automated systems until the exact weight set for each batch is reached. This control ensures uniformity in distribution and facilitates the subsequent logistics. Once the correct weight is reached, the bags are sealed using industrial sewing machines, creating a firm seal that prevents losses during transport and storage. The finished bags are labeled and organized in orderly rows within the warehouse. They remain there, ready to be shipped to distributors, wholesalers, or industrial clients. Depending on the destination and intended use, some factories opt for other packaging formats such as reinforced cardboard boxes or mesh bags, especially when the marbles are marketed directly for retail consumption or specific markets. Each packaging method responds to different logistical, regulatory, or commercial requirements. Despite the high level of automation that characterizes the mass production of marbles, models with special designs are still made using artisanal techniques. In these cases, the process deviates from the automatic line and requires the direct intervention of highly trained workers. The molten glass is manually extracted from the furnace using long metal rods with which a controlled amount of glowing material is collected. This glass is worked in successive layers, allowing the volume to increase and the stability of the piece to improve. The mass of hot glass is rolled over flat metal surfaces to give it an initial rounded shape. While the material is still malleable, the characteristic internal patterns are created. For this, fragments of colored glass or thin colored rods are incorporated, adhering to the surface. Later, the entire assembly is covered with an outer layer of transparent glass, which seals the design inside and gives it visual depth. This process requires several cycles of heating and molding. Each time material is added or the shape is adjusted, the piece returns to the furnace to maintain the proper temperature. Once the design is complete, the marble undergoes slow cooling in annealing furnaces. This controlled cooling allows internal tensions generated during manual work to be released, preventing the glass from cracking over time. Thanks to this careful process, handmade marbles achieve a unique combination of structural strength and internal design, clearly distinguishing them from mass-produced ones. Marbles are not the result of chance. They are the product of an industrial system that operates with almost absolute precision, where temperature, speed, and time are calculated in advance and repeated millions of times without deviation. Only when every link in this chain works in perfect synchrony can the glass be transformed into a small, uniform, and durable object that spans generations and continents.